My mom died when I was 11 years old. It happened after a long illness that slowly took away the energy she used to fill our home with. For months before she passed, I would sit beside her hospital bed doing homework while she slept. Sometimes she'd wake up and smile at me, even when she was clearly in pain. The night before she died, she squeezed my hand and told me to always look after my dad because he was going to need me. When she was gone, the house felt empty in a way I didn't know was possible. Every corner reminded me of her. The smell of her shampoo in the bathroom, the blanket she used on the couch, the little notes she used to leave in my lunchbox. For the first year after she died, my dad seemed completely broken. He rarely talked and spent a lot of time sitting in the living room looking at old photo albums. Sometimes I'd hear him crying late at night when he thought I was asleep. It felt like we were the only two people in the world who understood what we had lost. But slowly, things started to change. My dad began going out more, saying he needed to clear his head. At first, I thought it was good that he was trying to feel better. But then one evening, he told me he wanted me to meet someone. Her name was Lisa, and she was someone he had been seeing for a few months. When I met her at a small restaurant, I remember feeling uncomfortable the entire time. She was polite and friendly, but something about the situation made my stomach twist. I kept thinking about my mom and how strange it felt to see another woman sitting across from my dad, laughing at his jokes. Over the next year, Lisa started appearing more and more in our lives. She would come over for dinner, help decorate the house for holidays, and sometimes stay late watching movies with my dad. Everyone around us said it was good that he was moving forward, but to me, it felt like we were slowly replacing the life we had before. 2 years after my mom died, my dad told me he and Lisa were getting married. I tried to act normal when he told me, but inside I felt like the ground had disappeared beneath my feet. After the wedding, Lisa moved into our house. She tried really hard to be kind to me. She asked about my school, cooked dinners she thought I would like, and sometimes told me she hoped we could become close one day. But no matter how hard she tried, I couldn't stop comparing everything to my mom. It felt like someone had walked into a place that didn't belong to them, even if they meant well. One afternoon, I came home from school and immediately noticed something was different. The wall in the living room where my mom's pictures used to hang was empty. The small shelf where she kept her perfume bottles was gone too. Even the blanket she used to keep on the couch had disappeared. When I asked my dad about it, he said Lisa thought it might help everyone move forward if we changed a few things in the house. He told me we needed to focus on building our future instead of living in the past. Hearing that felt like a punch to the chest. To me, those things weren't just objects. They were the last pieces of my mom that still lived in our home. By the time I turned 18, the distance between me and my dad felt bigger than ever. We rarely talked about anything important anymore. On the morning of my birthday, I packed a small bag with my clothes and a few old photos of my mom that I had hidden in my drawer. I moved into a tiny apartment across town with a friend from school. That evening, my dad showed up at the door, looking exhausted and worried. He said he never wanted to replace my mom and that he only wanted us to be a family again. Standing there, I realized I still loved him, but I also needed space to figure out how to live with everything that had changed. As he walked away that night, I understood something painful. Losing my mom was the hardest moment of my life, but learning how to rebuild a family after that loss was even harder.